This first poem is a pandemic poem. It's called Of Place. And the little quote before the poem begins says, "We are first in place, then of it." 1. Germans are of place, she said. Yes, one may marry and move, but once one locale is exchanged for another, we return to miraculously clean windows, swept stoops, white lace curtains, greenhouse tomatoes, all alive is yeast in the oven, embrace in the bed. Flowers of red, purple perch on the sill, cascade down uneven medieval stone walls. 2. In today's before time, we plowed through the land, noticed only when it scraped a shin or offered up a cool sip of water from between moss-covered rocks, a liquid gem amongst slippery mounds of danger. Slowly, as the tree ringed itself and humus pressed, we noticed the waft of green song of the jay. Our middle time yard now blooms raised beds, compost with eggshells and coffee grinds. We nourish newfound progeny, protect them from aphids and cabbage worms, water in the morning, visit at day's end, pull a weed, say a prayer. We compliment our neighbors' squash, their new puppies romp. They sip our wine, share time. 4. In quarantine, we are more of place than ever. We walk the neighborhoods searching the sameness for something more. Kids tear up and down the streets on their bikes, little bands of marauders pillaging difference. Our patio guests admire the crepe myrtles, serenity of cut grass and potted plants. We live in place, gently becoming of it, as we await the aftertime. Well, last May, I found myself in Ireland, and I was visiting Kilkenny Castle. And Kilkenny Castle is being restored, and it's got one part of it that's called the oubliette. Now, oubliette to this Francophile, to oublier means to forget, okay? So the restoring part of the castle, which served as a dungeon, and it was part of the round towers in each corner. And once you were thrown in the dungeon, that was it. So this is the oubliette. A Middle Ages windowless room at tower's bottom, dropped through a hatch, if lucky, left to suffer and die, if not to lie flat or sit still until the end, with or without food or drink, with or without a rotting corpse as your companion, with or without hope, you were forgotten. Today we forget differently. Bury the lash, rename the lie, gaslight the vulnerable as they search for the light, starve in the midst of plenty. Remind us, before we forget, there are many ways to forget. Thank you. Just one very quick one. I ran away to New York City this May to see Cabaret, okay? And I had a moment sitting at breakfast right on one of the streets, and this is called The Monk and the Food Selfie. It was a patisserie open to 43rd Street, the equivalent of a French flat white, a croque-monsieur and pain de chocolat rested on the table. Saffron-robed, he reached over to the next table, offered a small business card. They refused. He moved on. My wife positions the fare on our table, takes a very artistic food selfie. So New York City. So today, a croque-monsieur and a monk meet on a street. Not a joke, but a reminder of this sacred and oh so profane world. Thank you.